Hello, my name is Seymour Phillip. Well, I thought it was the best handgun ever made. It was a .45 caliber semi-automatic. Sometimes you could even have 12 rounds in the gun at one time. This proved handy for close combat situations. I carried this gun as my sidearm for many years, and it has never failed me. I still use it at the range today, and it still fires well, despite some barrel work I've been doing to
Here
it.
we have the French Hotchkiss M1914. This was a machine gun originally developed by France, but we later adopted the design and produced our own. The weapon was gas actuated and air cooled. The gun was specifically rigged to allow airflow over the barrel to prevent overheating and to promote easier operation. The gun consisted of only 34 parts, which made it very easy to take apart. It was made so that it could not be put back together incorrectly after cleaning or maintenance, so you had to put it back together right. Also, it featured an open bolt design, which made it easy to feed in 24-round strips of ammunition. This gun could fire at a rate of about 450 rounds per minute, making it an effective weapon. In 1917, a larger belt of ammunition was developed, holding 250 rounds, thus making firing more efficient and easier. It took a team of 3 men to operate this weapon. Also, this weapon fired an 8mm round at a rate of somewhere around 2,374 feet per second.
This gun was awesome. It shot so fast and accurately, it was easy to mow down a bunch of people in a snap without any hassle at all. It only took 3 people to mount this gun, which is awesome because it was so easy to use. Also, it was almost impossible to put it back together wrongly. All in all, it was an awesome gun.
Now let's talk about the Springfield M1903 rifle. It was the primary rifle used by the American forces in World War I. It saw its first year of service in 1909 with the Army and quickly grew popular with the other American armed forces. Its popularity was a direct result of its optimal large stripper clip of 25 rounds. It usually took a 5-round clip, but a larger one was optional. The stripper clip was a stack of bullets on top of each other fed into the bolt above the gun. It is a bolt-action rifle and fired a .30-06 Springfield round. It weighed 8.6 pounds and was very accurate when sighted. Its sights were a flip-up rear sight and a barleycorn front sight. Here's an interview with a soldier who used the rifle. A scope could also be used on the rifle.
Well, I had a great experience with this rifle. I used it a lot in the war, fighting in trenches and whatnot. It was a great rifle to use for what I was using it for. I was a sniper, so I had a pretty decent scope on mine. The .30-06 round gave quite a kick, and assured accuracy even at long distances. If I had a clear shot in low wind, I could hit a guy from our trench to their trench, which was about 800 yards. I thought it was a pretty impressive shot.
Well, now that we've heard about some small arms, let's talk big guns. First, let's look at the Mark 8 tank. It was the first tank to be produced by an international effort. It was produced by a collaborative effort between Great Britain and the USA. It was produced in June of 1917 and only 125 were built. The USA was the primary user of the tanks, but Britain used a couple. The tank was powered by a Liberty engine and ran on tracks so that it could traverse the nasty trenches in the war. The tank had a steel hull that was reinforced with 16mm steel so that it could protect the occupants inside. The tank also had 4 portholes, out of which one could look and find the enemies and shoot. It carried 2 57mm cannons on both sides, which packed quite a wallop. The tank was only limited to a range of 50 miles and could max out at a top speed of 6.5 miles per hour.
Here we have some influence from a different country on one of our weapons. Here we have the 75mm howitzer cannon, originally called the M1. It was made by the French in the late 19th century. We adopted it in the very early 20th century. This weapon was quite unique, seeing as it did not need to be re-aimed after every shot. That meant that it was able to fire very fast, up to 30 rounds per minute, and could hit targets up to 5 miles away with shrapnel and high explosives. This artillery device had a very unique firing mechanism. After it fired, it used a hydraulic piston to take the blow of the recoil, thus allowing it to stay on target after every shot.
I used to use the French 75mm gun in the war. I loved it for its fast firing capabilities. We used to have competitions to see how many rounds we could fire in 1 minute. My record is 25 with my team of 7 men with main. We could sure crank out those rounds. We hit them dead on every time.
Well, that's it for Weapon Talk. I'm your host, Corey Hubert, and I hope you enjoyed this documentary on the weapons of World War I. Bye. Pew! Are you gonna read?
Oh, now?
Yes.
Okay, let's erase that. Start that over again. Those ain't views. Hello, and welcome to Weapon Talk. I'm Sam Barker. Today we will be showing you a short documentary on the weapons of World War I. Primarily those of the Germans and Americans does not work.
When? Everyone shut up.
I guess we...
Oh, no.
Alright, tell me when you're ready.
I got to go pee.
Are you videoing this?
Nope.
Are you sure he's not videoing it?
No,
I'm positive.
He's not.
I got to go. I'm ready to go.
Alright, just tell me when you're ready.
Go. First, let's start out with the 1911 Colt.
This is not gonna work.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Philip Hawkins,
Jesus.
and I'm using the French Hotkiss M191. What,
Okay.
Sam?
So just tell me when you're ready.